Hello to all peeps and people. I wanted to show you all this. This is now it's not. I know there's a bunch of people going to go, well, man, what's so special about that? What's so special about that? I ain't trying to say anything special, but we come a long ways working on this thing, and I know we got a long ways to go, but we've also come a long ways, and we've had a proud day. We got in long Poplar, and Derek's at the helm, and Fry's on the turner. Rick and Ball grabbed the edger, Pooh's on the head saw, and Michael's debarking. I mean, we had to. Everybody just stepped in the right spots, and we killed the lumber room. I went down the lumber room, and it's a mess. But he had a good run going, and I just fell in love with the smoothness of the way this transfer and stuff's going. This is stuff we've been working on for a while to try to get. There's a lot of, it looks like a simple deal, but there's a lot of little knickknacks that has to come together to get this all to work this smooth and flow this good. And good operators too on top of it. So it's just cool to watch it run. Like, look at that, pounding through the saw, just bam, bam, bam. And it's smooth, but you gotta stay focused. Everybody around it has to stay focused. You can only have your certain people doing this, you know, because it's gotta be the good ones that can stay focused and plugged in. But I'm gonna break, I would just keep watching how they feather in and how smooth everything runs. And I'm gonna jump next to the, when this is over, to the pallet room. I've been working on the Ultimizer down there, and I'm proud of it too. we're down in the pallet room. I've been tweaking on this thing too. This is another bottleneck. Look at the gap there between them boards. There's a bunch of photocells and stuff you have to have just right, and things are working just right. And all the photocells and the eyes working just right. I mean, this thing was a pain in the butt. And last winter I worked on it a bunch, and this winter working on it a bunch. I still got some. I got an air motor, a hold down cylinder and everything I got to work on yet on the overhead, but the feed is just fantastic. And I'm proud of this thing. And look at the gap in between them boards. This is an older machine for the chopping machine. You know, it's cutting the boards to length. So every time that thing pauses linearly, the saw makes a chop. And it's the computer's up, you know, trying to optimize the cuttings in the board so you're not wasting the boards much. But it's been a struggle, this one has, and I love it when this thing's working good. It is so cool. There's stuff we resurrected that ain't worked for years in this thing. It's a wonder that the guy's even sane down there trying to run the daggone thing before. But watch how that chain, there's 3 photocells on the chain back there that's got to be adjusted right to where, look how that chain deck reacts. You can't have too many boards back up because it'll not feed right, but you also got to keep the boards up so it can grab the next one. And next I'm going to tear into some air projects, and I'll shut up for the rest of that.
I attempt to make a video out of this. This may be a disaster. I don't have a lot of time for a video, but I'm going to show you all something that we're working on down here in Pallet World.
There
while
comes
it's
the
raining.
compressor. There comes the compressor over in that room. Comes across, comes in, woo, comes over here, and right there. Right there at that fitting, comes across, and it's turned into a hodgepodge of goofiness that goes to all this stuff all over the place like a craziness. Like it's they're going up there, just absolute craziness. We got one air activated machine over there that's ran off an air hose, plugged in right there and ran to the rafters. So we're gonna have to do a little work here. We're gonna make things more organized. And all this stuff is coming out eventually anyway, so we're trying to do away with this. Their new style is going across that steady rest and heading over. So we got to move all this electrical eventually, and all this scrapping and all this, these posts and everything's coming out of here. But for now, for today, and the problem's brought us to this, is we got an air problem. We draw our air over there, and I think it's drawing fine. But once it gets out of that warm room, it recondenses, it heats, expands, contracts, expands, contracts, expands, does all that coming through here, and it turns back to moisture. And we don't have a good, healthy moisture trap anywhere in here. So the moisture all ends up in all them regulators down there you're looking at. So, to combat all this, my hillbilly ingenuity, we got an old air tank over there that's not being used. Yesterday, Steve put bungs in it. See how it welded all them bungs in it? Got bungs in it there. All the bungs welded in the side of the tank, and we're going to use the tank for a water trap. We're going to put the tank in the line up there and hang a rip cord down, because all this stuff's coming out someday, but there'll still be stuff here to hang a rip cord down. You can just reach up and, like an old semi, just pop your air out and then purge your water. And then the water would settle in that tank. And then the air flowing to the machines after the tank is going to be moving at a slow rate of speed and be at room temperature, so that air shouldn't have much moisture in it. And then hopefully we'll head off a lot of these problems and get a line moved at the same time. At first I ain't got no union on this. This ain't no union on it, I bet. So I gotta have to cut right here. Yeah, boy! And every survives, I consider that a win. There it is. Right there, now we can spin the pipe off. Alright. So I'm going to unscrew all this and we'll flip it all off. Crash that piece of shit and step. We're wanting to see if we got a water problem, and Stevie thinks he's found it. I don't know if he has or not.
She's leaking.
It's leaking a little bit. It's probably just a little bit, Stevie.
Alright. Well,
This is our airline that runs to our regulators.
ready?
Ready! Well, ain't that bad.
About half a cup, maybe.
I figure there's more in there. There's more in that line.
That line's probably running back down
Probably
hill.
right back downhill, yeah.
What if you want to turn your ball valve on real quick? Would
Right.
that purge the line?
Yeah.
Hang on.
See if any more comes out. That line's full of water.
Been a wet year.
Inside and out.
It's everywhere, don't it?
Ain't some come out, but I still think there's probably more in there.
Do it again?
Yeah. Just one more time. Oh yeah. I think you got it, Stevie. It was in there. Alright, I'm aware this probably looks hillbilly as all get out. But some of it's temporary, some of it's not. The main trunk line, there's that in that coming in. There's the main line coming in. It comes across, of course, there all the utilities will end up coming across up there eventually. But there's our tank. And it comes down. Now, some of this is temporary because we're taking this out later. So here's our pull cord. And then all the water, see the tank, all the buttons on the tank are up on the tank, so all the water should set before it comes down. Of course, put new gauges on them and stuff. But the light stuff was freezing up before, just because it has no, and we got the water drain over there on that one. So it's a start. It's a start in the right direction. So I modified this. This here had a bottom like that, and I couldn't figure out how to drain it right. And then this is a lubricator. The first one's your filter and your water separator. The air comes in. See that? Let's give her some air. And here's the one that goes into the tank. This are cut off. Chops off. But now them's all the water traps there and there for this machine. That other rig has a water trap in there too, and it's got some kind of drain, but I don't like it either. I might redo it too. I just like truck drains. Like walk up to them.